So let me recap the previous topic, then we are going to move forward. So first of all, in our previous class, we discussed about what is the importance of knowledge management. Then we learned the hierarchy. In the hierarchy, in the first level, we have data. In the second level, we have information. Third, we have knowledge. And the topmost level, we have the wisdom. We learned about their definition. And after that, I told you that inside this lecture number 7, we are going to learn about knowledge. So then we started learning about knowledge, different factor of knowledge. Like we learned that knowledge is nothing but asset for the organization. It is intransferable asset, and the value of this asset basically increase when you share it. We learn how we can execute an event by using this data, information, and knowledge. And then we learn different sources of knowledge, documented source and undocumented source. After that, we discuss about different levels of knowledge, shallow level knowledge, as well as deep level knowledge we discuss. Then we learn 5 different categories of knowledge: procedural knowledge, declarative knowledge, meta knowledge, heuristic knowledge, and structural knowledge. These are the different types of knowledge we learn. And then we discuss about different forms of knowledge. We learn about what is tacit knowledge and what is explicit knowledge. With example, we discuss. Then we discuss about what is general knowledge, what is specific knowledge, and after that we learn what is technically specific and contextually specific knowledge. Okay, so these are the previous topic, previous lesson we had. Now, uh, before moving to the new topic, I would like to know: do you have any question regarding the previous topic? Anyone? Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, no. All right. If there is no problem, no question, then let's move forward. In our today's lesson, at first we will learn knowledge and expertise. That means in this topic we will learn what is uh, expertise, or who are called expert. After that we will learn different types of expertise, and then we will discuss about a characteristics of expertise, definition, characteristics, and the types. So let's start. So first of all, you can see that expertise can be defined as knowledge of higher quality. That means on a specific domain, on a specific field, when you have very deep knowledge about that area or about that discipline, on that time we can say that this person expert in this discipline. Okay, that is the fact. Suppose you may work uh, in the field of artificial intelligence for a long time. You may gather huge experience, huge knowledge, I mean deep knowledge. Then you can say that, okay, so a he's the expert, or I'm the expert in this specific field. That is the fact. Okay. So an expert is one who is able to perform a task much better than others. This is the definition of expert. So now we will learn what are the characteristics of an expert. Let's see. Is someone read? What is the first point? Someone read. Assist me, please. Some of you read. What is the first point given here? Any of you, please read it.
Sir, may I?
Please carry on.
Uh, Peers regards the expert decision as a good decision.
All right. So peer means I mean your team worker. Okay. In which team you are basically working, your teammate, your co-worker, your subordinate, they are going to think your opinion is the best opinion. Okay. In a specific field, if you have expertism, then they are going to consider your decision is the best decision. This is the first characteristics of an expert. Then a second point.
Whenever problem arises, people consult the expert.
Right. Like when things like when you are facing problem in your teeth, what you do? You take consultation from the dentist, isn't it? Then dentist going to give what? Expert opinion, isn't it? That is the fact. So, a dentist, they are the expert regarding the teeth. So they will give the opinion about that factor. And basically, when we face any problem, we take consultation from expert. Okay. Then the third point.
The expert admits not knowing that no answer to a problem. This honesty indicates self-confidence and a realistic view of limitation.
Okay. You are expert in a specific field. That doesn't mean you know everything about that field. It is quite impossible, isn't it? So whenever a problem come, then as an expert, you have to analyze the fact and you have to identify the solution. Without knowing the fact, if you say that, okay, so this problem arise in this field and I'm expert, okay, I will be able to solve it. Not like that. So you have to admit your limitation. Okay, let me see the problem first. Then I will let you know whether I will be able to solve it or not. Okay, that is the fact. Then the fourth point.
The expert avoids information that is irrelevant to the domain and instead sticks to the facts and works with a focus.
Right. Okay. So as an expert, when you're going to solve a problem in front of you, you may have number of data, number of information. But what you have to do, you have to identify which data or which information relevant to solve, relevant to solve the problem and avoid the unnecessary data or irrelevant data. You have to have focus. You have to have focus to solve the problem as an expert. Then
The expert is not are
arrogant.
arrogant about personal um, credit,
Credentials.
credentials, years of experience, or strong ties with people in power.
Right. Okay. So you are expert. You have lots of experience about that specific field. You are practicing that thing maybe year after year. Okay. Number of people basically connected with you. Okay. Those who are powerful. You should not become arrogant. Okay. What is the meaning of arrogant? Like a কি বলে এটাকে? অহংকার, isn't it? Don't be arrogant, okay, for this kind of issues. Okay, that is the fact. Okay, expert never basically show the arrogancy in front of others. So these are some characteristics of an expert. Okay, now we will learn different types of expertise. First of all, you can see associational expert. Then we have motor skill expert, and then we have theoretical expert. So whatever the expertism we have, we can categorize them into three categories. So let's see what is the first one. Associational expertise. What is that? Those who basically work with an expert for a long time, they may also gather some expertism inside them. Think about a TV repairman. What they do? They work under an engineer year after year and saw how that engineer solved different problem of a TV. After that, they open their own business. I mean, the own TV repair shop, isn't it? Okay. So these type of expertise are called associational expert. They learn by observing. Okay. But if you give them any unknown or unseen problem, they will not be able to solve it, or they will struggle to solve the problem. Any seen problem they can solve, but unseen, unknown problem they will not be able to solve. They, if you like, think about a TV repairman. If you ask him, okay, what is transistor, how transistor work, they will not be able to give the answer because they don't have deep knowledge or the theoretical knowledge about the specific field. They are not able to invent something new, as they do not have the theoretical knowledge. They will not be able to invent something new. Okay, that is the fact. So these type of expertise are called associational expert. Then think about quacks. Hathure doctor, quacks. What they do? At first, they work with the doctor for a long time, maybe as assistant. Then he basically observe for this disease what medicine prescribed by the doctor. For that disease, what treatment given by the doctor. So in this way, they observe year after year, and then they basically learn how to basically give injection, how to uh, do bandage, okay, for which disease, what medicine they basically prescribe, this kind of thing they basically learn. And then when they go back to their home, I mean hometown or the village, they open their own chamber. Okay, that is the fact. So in this case, that a quarks is nothing but associational expert. Okay, that is the fact. So am I clear to you who are called associational expert?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now the second one is motor skills expert. Motor skills expert. Who are called motor skill expert? Now we are going to learn about that. Now you can see a motor means actually what? Here, motor means actually what? Motor. Motor means nothing but what? A peshi or the muscle. Muscle, okay, or the peshi, we can say. That is called motor skill expert. Okay. So, a those who are uh, think about a footballer, okay, Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, what they do? They play football. But is it possible to learn football just reading a book or by watching a YouTube video? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Isn't it? You have to play that game in the field. You have to practice year after year by using your muscle. Same way, riding a bicycle. You, I mean, purchase a book and you read the book how to ride a bicycle. Is that enough to learn how to ride a bicycle? Or think about swimming by watching a YouTube video. Is it possible to learn how to basically swim? No, isn't it? For that purpose, we need to perform the task practically. Okay? So this is nothing but a motor skill expert. They are called motor skill expert. Is that clear to you? Motor skill expert.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then the third one is theoretical expert. If we make a hierarchy, then theoretical experts are the topmost one. Okay, like those who are engineer, those who are doctor. Okay, they are nothing but what? A theoretical expert. They know the theoretical things as well as what they do, they basically do the what age I mean, practical work as well. Okay, and they have deep knowledge about the specific domain. Those who are the theoretical expert, they know what is the inner functionality of a device or of a specific object, and they have capability to identify or invent something new. So they are these expertise are the highest level expert. Okay, that is the fact. So you can see like a engineer, scientist, they are this theoretical expert. So theoretical expert clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we cover this topic, who are called expert, what are the different categories of expertise, characteristics of expertise, and then we learn different types of expertise. In this slide, I'm going to show you different types of knowledge. Already we learned different sources of knowledge. We learn different levels of knowledge. We learn different categories of knowledge. We learn different forms of
Forms.
knowledge. Right. Now, we are going to learn about different types of knowledge. So, let's see different types. First of all, simple knowledge and complex knowledge. Simple versus complex knowledge. So simple knowledge focus on specific or the basic area. On the other hand, complex knowledge basically focus on multiple discipline. Like specific problem about a television, how to solve it. That knowledge is nothing but the basic knowledge. Then third one is support knowledge.
Sir, we couldn't hear the complex one.
Okay, complex one. Okay, let me then start from the very beginning. All right. So now we are learning different types of knowledge. Simple knowledge mainly focus on the specific area or single area. On the other hand, complex knowledge focus on multiple areas. Got the point? That is the fact. Like think about, okay, so when we basically build the Padma Bridge, on that time, not only civil engineering knowledge not enough. You have to have idea about river, you have to have idea about the atmosphere, you have to have idea about the transportation. If you want to transfer electricity line, gas line, you have to have idea about that. Okay, so to solve that problem, you may need idea from different discipline. So this is nothing but the complex knowledge, and simple knowledge, it basically focus on specific area or the basic concept. Okay, that is the fact. Then support knowledge, basically this one basically used by those who are the lower level management to perform to day-to-day operation. This tactical knowledge, this one basically used by the mid-level management, uh, I mean, to take the short-term decision. Okay. And strategical knowledge, this one basically used by top-level management, and this one basically for the long-term, basically management. Okay. So we learn about what is strategical and tactical. Strategical means what is the right thing to do, and tactical means what is the right way to do the right thing. Okay. We already learned about this thing. Okay. So strategic knowledge basically used by the top level management, tactical, mid level, and support, usually the lower level management. Support day-to-day operation, tactical short term, and strategical long term. Okay, so here we have different types of knowledge. Okay, all right. Reservoir of the knowledge, that means the location of the knowledge. So like where these knowledges are located, like people's, that means individual or group. Okay, in their mind. Okay, there's some knowledge, that means experience, insight, henses, forecasting. Okay, then artifacts like particulars, technology, or repository, I mean different database. Okay, so information may available. Then or inside the organization, okay, information may available. Okay, these are the different sources of knowledge. Okay, now you can see some characteristics of knowledge. Characteristics of knowledge. Mainly here we basically list down 4 characteristics of knowledge. What is the first one? Explicitness. What you already know what is explicit knowledge. You already know what is explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge means nothing but which we can present by using number or words. Okay, that means in a written format. Okay, this is the first characteristics of knowledge. If you have any knowledge, that means it must be uh, it must have ability to express it in a written format. Okay, explicitness. Then codifiability. Codifiability, you can see this knowledge must be codified somewhere. That means you can show it somewhere. Okay, that is the thing. And a third one is nothing but teachability. That means inheritance. Okay, that means knowledge must be inherit from one person to another person. Like whatever the knowledge I have regarding the MIS, I'm transferring it to you, isn't it? That is nothing but the teachability. I'm teaching you MIS. I'm sharing my knowledge with you. Then the last one is specificity. A specific knowledge going to specify a specific area. Okay, that is the fact. Specify city. It is going to describe a specific field. Okay, that is the fact. These are the different categories, characteristics of knowledge. Okay, then the next one is okay. Okay, so this table is very important for your examination. You may get one question from this topic. Okay, very important topic. Okay, so here you can see number of examples are given, and then we basically we're mentioning here which knowledge, this knowledge fall under which category, what is the form, and what is the type of that knowledge. Okay, let me read one example for you. As you can see here, a book describing factors to consider when deciding whether to buy a company's stock. This may include price or earnings ratio, dividends. So this is an example of knowledge. Now, this knowledge, what is the form of that knowledge? Explicit or tacit? This knowledge is explicit. Why it is explicit knowledge?
It is written.
Right. Here we have one word, that is book. When you see the book, that means it is in the written format. That's why it is explicit. Now, what is the category of this knowledge? Declarative. Why it is declarative? It is declaring in which situation you have to purchase the stock of a company. It is declaring. And last of all, what is the type? It is general knowledge. Why it is general knowledge? It is easy to gather. Anyone can get that information just purchasing the book. And by reading that book, they can acquire the knowledge. That's why it is general knowledge. Then let me read another example. Okay, consider this one. A human relations manager's knowledge of facts, factors to consider in motivating an employee in a particular company. So why they are saying this thing? Okay, so why it is tacit? Because it is manager's knowledge. It is not written anywhere. It is maybe his experience. That's why it is tacit. It is also the declarative knowledge. It is declaring how to motivate an employee. And it is contextually specific. Why it is contextually specific? As because motivation basically depends on person to person, situation to situation. For some employee, if you give them or increase their salary, they will be highly motivated. For some employee, if you basically give them promotion, I mean the rank, they will be motivated. For some employee, a accommodation matters. For some employee, transportation matters, isn't it? That is the fact. That's why it is contextually specific. Okay. Then consider another example. You can see this one. A manual describing how to change the operating system settings on a computer so as to achieve desired performance change. It is explicit because it is written. It's a manual. Okay. The process written inside the manual. That's why it is explicit, written format. It is procedural. Why? Because it is written step-by-step process how you can change the operating system's settings. And it is technically specific. It is basically focused on only the computer. That's why it is technically specific. Let us consider another example. A technician's knowledge of the sequence of steps to perform in repairing a television set. It is tacit. Why? It is indicating technician's knowledge. It a procedural. Why? Because it is showing step-by-step process how to repair the problem of television. It is also the technically specific. Why? Because it is only focused on the television. By following this step, you can repair only the television. It is technically specific. So is that clear to you? What type of question you may get from this table? I may give you one example of the knowledge, and then I may tell you what is the form of that knowledge, what is the category of that knowledge, and what is the type of that knowledge, and why you think so. You have to explain. Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Sir, please repeat again.
I may give you one example of knowledge. Okay. Then I may tell you that, okay, so what is that? What is the form of that knowledge? What is the category of that knowledge? And what is the maybe type of that knowledge? Okay. And why you think so? You have to explain. If you say it is tacit knowledge, you have to explain why you are saying. You have to say why you are claiming it is declarative knowledge. If you say that it is contextually specific knowledge, you have to explain why it is contextually specific. All right. That is the fact. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all about this lecture number 7. It's a very small one. Okay. So let me recap what we learned in our today's class. In our today's class, at first we learned who are called expert or what is expertise. Then we discuss the characteristics of an expert. Then we learn different types of expertise. Associational expert with example, motor skill expert with example, theoretical expert with example. Then we learn different types of knowledge, simple knowledge versus complex knowledge. We learn about support knowledge, tactical knowledge, and strategic knowledge. After that, we basically saw the reservoir of the knowledge. Then we learn about different categories of knowledge. And at last, we see this table, and I basically explain what type of question you may get from this table. That's all. So do you have any questions so far regarding today's lecture? Any question? No. Okay.
স্যার এই লেকচার থেকে টেবিলটাই ইম্পর্টেন্ট না এখান থেকে কোশ্চেন আসবে বেসিক্যালি
This table is important. Then what is expertise? Then characteristics of expertise, different types of expertise. Okay. This theoretical question we have here. Okay. Then we have like you should have idea about it, different types of knowledge, different forms of knowledge, different categories of knowledge. Without knowing this fact, you will not be able to solve that table. Okay, table question. Okay. All right. So we have only two lectures remain. So inshallah, within our next class, we are going to in our next class we're going to start this lecture number 8, enhancing decision making.